It's time for Washington Shellfish Quest. Today's episode, Westport Crab Snare Challenge.
Hey Washington Fish Questers, Blake here. I'm in historic Westport, Washington. I just went and got some fish and chips down at the Marinos. It's, in my opinion, best fish and chips in the state. I love a burger from Hardy Galley, but I really love that walk-up window they put in there at the Marinos. So these are some lingcod and chips here. I'm going to pound them down, and then we're going to head out to Float 20. And as you might recall from my award-eligible video series about Dungeness crabbing last summer, the middle one I was just casting snares. So I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to cast 2 snares. It is 5:15, so I'll have maybe 3 hours at the very most. And my goal in that 3 hours is I'm hoping I can get 3 Dungeness crab keepers, So we'll see. Could be a lofty goal. That'd be one for the wife, one for me, and one for a neighbor of ours, and she really likes a Dungeness crab. So hopefully I can pull it off. So I better get to eating so I can get to crabbing. You know, as I head down Float 20 here, I am reminded that Westport is the best port. And if you disagree, I just pray for your sake you have a good lawyer, because I will see you in court. Using the bait cages that Shingo gave me, these are just chicken wire, weed whacker cable, and some zip ties, and I got some weights down there to keep them down. For bait, I got black label herring that'll really freezer burn. I bought them for halibut fishing a couple years ago and never made it out. There's a channel called Sea Wolf Fishing who has a really good tutorial if you want to learn how to make your own bait cages like this. But as you can see, it's not too terribly complicated. You can figure that out, right? At any rate, I'm going to cast. I'm using a conventional reel here. I like to call them. Some people call them trolling reels. Heck, some people even call them just bait casting reels, which I like the conventional moniker. So there's no guide on them, you can see there. So these can rat's nest really easy. Now the trick is you want to make sure that there's no change in the tension once you cast it. I see a lot of people be too dainty with these, and that's actually what creates the rat's nest, is they don't put enough force, so then it kind of like swings back at the end. So you're going to see me bomb this out there, then I'm going to put my thumb on it basically as soon as it hits the water, and that should keep the line all going one way. My second reel is just a regular spinning reel. There's only one other guy out here with me, so I'm going to go ahead and spread out. You really want to bomb it out there if you can. I think the crabbing gets substantially better if you can hit this little shipping channel. Well, I shouldn't say shipping channel. It's the channel that the charter boats run in. I bet it goes from 5 feet deep when the tide's out like it is right now to 20. Oh, this first dry is definitely getting nibbled. But not a bad first one of the day. I think it's going to be a little small. Let's measure it here. Well, he wants to pinch me good, that's for sure. Let's see. Now remember, they only have to be 6 inches on the coast, opposed to 6 1/4, like in Puget Sound. That's pretty close. He is just a hair under there. Look at that. Now, as a reminder, you don't want to throw a crab back into the water hard. You want to gently put them back at this height where I'm about 15 feet above the water, and there's a bunch of rocks down there. Throwing it back, even if it hit the water, would probably kill it. It would do a great internal harm to it at the very least. Their skeletons are on the outside, their shells. So I think people think the crabs are really tough and invincible like that. But, that just means on the inside is your muscles and your guts and all that, and there's not really a structure, like a really hard structure that holds them in place. So they are not built to absorb that kind of shock. And I do think there is quite a bit of great crab mortality just due to wrecks going like this, and hucking them back, even if it's right off your boat or off the dock. So if you can do one thing for old Blake, it'd be please put your crabs back in a gentle fashion. So to that aim, I have this bucket with a rope on it. Now that's going to be kind of tough because the tide is so far out. I'm going to have to swing him back out into the water, but here we go. Let's put this guy in the bucket and see if we can get him back down nice and safe. Whoop. There we go. There it goes. After it gets past that rock right there, it's pretty much a drop down to the sand. And it's gone. Took a while, but it was worth it. Plus, it's another fun game for you to do at Westport. All right, that took so long. I better see what's going on with the other rod here. There we go. This, by the way, is my first footage on the channel with my nice new camera. I've been filming with this guy. My close personal friend Tyler Hicks actually recommended this guy for me. It's called a DJI Pocket something or other. But so far it's done a real good job when I've just been messing with it for personal use. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. A great upgrade to the channel, but you will still see a lot of footage from my old guy. I bought this guy, and that was the more expensive one. And then these guys you can get for $100 anymore. This is just a handy cam, an older version. Ooh, got two that time. I was hoping I had one Mondo, but definitely too small, so back in the bucket they go and back into the water. What a calm and beautiful day. I could take my 9-foot dinghy out there right now and be okay. Now you may be asking, Blake, Area 22 isn't a 2-pole endorsement area for, I don't think it is anyway. How can you be using 2 poles? Well, I actually wrote Fish and Wildlife about that, and they said it was okay as long as it's crab gear on the poles. So it's actually 2 units of crab gear. So although they're on fishing rods, since it's not a hook on the end, but instead the mini crab pots, basically, it is a-okay. And I got the email to prove it. Things really slowed down there for me for a second. It was just a good reminder when you're using that much bait, keep it fresh. As soon as I put in a new piece of that herring, the bite came right back on, or the pinch came right back on. Well, I'm 1 hour in, and so far my 3 crab challenge ain't going so hot. I got 0 goose egg crab. It just is a keeper. How the other one there's just a crack of daylight, this one there's just a pinhead that makes it a keeper, but it is a keeper. It's effectively a 1-clawed crab, but very good hard shell condition. Keeper, that's 1 of 3. Hope these guys don't hit my snare. I think they did. Yeah, they hit the line. Huh. Yeah, they are all enough. Another thing I did before my last cast is just a reminder, whether homemade or store-bought, these snares do get kind of gummed up. The more you cast and the more you drag them, and they get all tightened up or tangled up in within their own snares. So want to make sure you got a good spread all around the snare. Take your time, take your time. Oh yeah, not by a lot, less than 6 1/4, but it is a clear keeper. That's 2 crab. Oh, you know, I kind of killed the lead. I totally forgot. The reason that I'm so excited to be out here is the coast has been closed for crabbing for marine biotoxins. Now, crab and Puget Sound are pretty tightly regulated, and rightfully so, because there's such a big population there. Out on the coast, there's a giant commercial fleet, but there's still just so many fewer people. So out here, crabbing's actually open year-round. It might be closed for pot gear at certain times of the year. However, marine biotoxins closed, domoic acid to be specific, this year, both the razor clam fishery and the crab fishery, and only recently have they opened it. So crabbing's now, right now, and this could change, like, you know, by the time I post it, but it's open in Area 2.2, which is Grays Harbor, 2.1, which is Willowpaw Bay, and everywhere from Point Chehalis down, which is the point that the Westport jetty comes off of. So everything down. So for instance, in Ocean Shores off the beach, still closed. Off the beach at Grayland, open. So check it out, this bait cage. I guess these chicken wire ones do kind of have lifespans, but it's starting to get a little bent up. You know, they're stealing the bait out of there. All right, after feeling pretty comfortable, I've went about half an hour with nothing. Ooh, well, I like the looks of this one. Let's get a measurement on it. This could be number 3. Definitely the nicest looking one of the day. Beautiful crab. It is a keeper. Still less than 6 1/4, but more than 6 inches across the back, probably about 6 1/8. So that's it. All right. And hey, I imagine I'll be getting this out on a Saturday. So Sunday, I'll be at the Westport Aquarium. That is April 25th, I think? 24th? I'll put it right there. Yeah, that's it. For Pinhole Camera Day. It's Worldwide Pinhole Camera Day, a thing that I participate with the Westport Aquarium with every year. It's a great fun event if you like the old-timey usage of basically just light cameras, you know, where it's just light coming through a pinhole, hence the name Pinhole Cameras. Very fun. You can go check out this website here to check out all of the different pinhole cameras. Just another great way to enjoy Westport. And thanks for the Marcells and Marcy Merrill for putting that on every year. It is just a wonderful time. You get it going, you know, exposed in a dark room too, just like, you know, you used to in photography class if you're over 30. Or maybe they still do it, I don't know. So at any rate, thanks so much, and see you next time on Washington Fish Quest.